Being both witch and a dragon spirit, I already have a lot of comments by people who don't understand anything like this. For example, oh, so you're a witch, but you're not a girl. Or, oh, you're a dragon, but you don't eat meat. But a lot of people have their prejudice, that they want to say whatever they think when you think about a witch, like pointy head with a long nose and a female. And with a dragon, they immediately think of a violent, giant, princess kidnapping, fire breathing, uh, uh, flying dinosaur or something like this. I mean, that is what people immediately will think, and that is also the reason why, in the beginning of my path, I didn't immediately want to be on the dragon's path because I knew what people will say about this. I'm not stupid. I know how people will react to this. But that is just it. You might have this title because you are a dragon for a dragon and a witch for humans. But it doesn't mean that you have to push the dragon away because that is your fate. That is who you are. And you should never hide away from what you truly are. For example, I also try to hide away my ability. And one of these abilities is you have so many new abilities once you are awakened by the dragon. One of these abilities was very special to me. You can say it was a gift from Quetzalcoatl. Quetzalcoatl, the dragon god, the feathered god of Aztec America, from Mexico. And he is a god, one of the main dragon gods. He's the air inside of our lungs and the wisest among the dragon gods, the one that did not want sacrifice. If you want to sacrifice something for the dragon, you have to give something of yourself. Keep that in mind, my brothers and sisters. The dragons don't want anything that has to do with death or suffering or whatever humans would see in a sacrifice. A sacrifice for a dragon is another word for simply a gift. And what can you give to the dragon? For example, simple things like an acorn. Put it on your dragon altar, give it to the dragon, see it as something beautiful, or maybe like something like this. Very simple things, not golden stuff like you see in religious stuff. No, things from nature in itself. But one of these abilities was very high with me. For example, you have many abilities that will awaken by you will measure people, you will know what they say, you will see things, events before they happen, things like this. But one particular thing was very strong with me, and that was empathy. And that is a gift from Quetzalcoatl. And I base my entire path on what Quetzalcoatl teaches us. Quetzalcoatl teaches us to only give something that belongs to you, not suffering, not death, and that is what in the Aztecs actually was unique. That was the first and only god that did not demand a sacrifice of death. Because if you kill someone against its will, what kind of a gift is that? That is not a gift. That is cruel. That is bad. And if I see, for example, how in religions they kill, a sheep for their god. What kind of an evil god is saying something like this? To kill a sheep for their god, that is just no, because that sheep doesn't want to die. And every single time when I saw an animal in the beginning of my path, I could see right through their eyes, and that was something that I never had. I mean, I loved animals before, but once I was awakened by the dragon, it was like I could see through their eyes. And every single time ever since that I saw, for example, in movies or in games, I saw an animal die, I immediately was in shock. There was magic everywhere around me because I was so in shock. Now I have a Hunt Saboteur page, and Facebook mistakenly sees me as a hunter, but I am actually an anti-hunter. But they don't see any difference. The things that I see because Facebook wants to propose friends from hunters, the things that I see is the most horrendous things, horrible, that I am ashamed to be a human. Actually, once I was awakened, I was ashamed to feel the dragon. But now, before the dragon, sometimes I feel shame to be a human. I feel shame to be a human because of what they are. They should know better. And once you are awakened by the dragon, you will have these abilities to see through the eyes of another and to feel also not only animals but also humans. You will see through the eyes of humans as well. You can measure them. You know what they are from the beginning just by looking at them, and that is a draconic ability that you will have once you are awakened. But some have it higher with that, some have it higher on another ability. For example, that you will have that you might measure people or something like this, or that you have these dreams that you also can reach to the dragon realm. Maybe you will be much more powerful in that, but I am very much powerful in being, a sort of to observe and to see the evil that men do. And evil, that is another statement. Evil, I mean, I don't believe in evil. I believe in darkness, and this there is so much darkness. And I start to understand why we are born as a human. As a human, we are safe in this world. But as any other creature in this world, as an earthling, you are never safe. You are never sure of your life to be safe. And I saw this in the beginning of my path. And that was not only Quetzalcoatl, but Leviathan gave me these dreams, shocking dreams, dreams of how I should be. And that is what Leviathan typically is. He is a very strict teacher. And Leviathan, no doubt, will visit you. Leviathan visits every single dragon spirit that is not in the dragon realm. And the reason why? Because he wants to teach you how you truly are, in your way. That doesn't mean that you will have the same dreams and visions or feelings that I had, but he will read you. He knows who you are. And that is where he will just teach you how you really are. And I was taught in the most darkest ways of how humans are. And that hurts so much to see people doing this horrendous stuff to all life, that they don't care about life, that they just exploit it and use it for benefit. And that is not a dragon's wisdom. The dragon's wisdom is that everyone should be free and be respected. And that is what people actually don't understand from being a dragon witch. Dragons are for them these gigantic, wild animals. Or maybe a fantasy role play. But once I explain to them what dragons truly are, and that they are wise and ancient and filled with knowledge and filled with energies from the dragon realm and from abilities that they can have, that they have magic, that they have manipulation, then people will not understand it anymore, because the dragon is so much misinformed, demonized even or maybe childrenized because of these role play games, but not truly as they are, true children of the gods, true children of the earth, embodiments of every element. They will not see it. And for example, a witch, because I am an outsider. I am an outsider. I use magic. I try to experiment with a lot of things that I try to understand that people don't understand. They are, in fact, the first time that I called myself a witch was not because I called myself it like this, but it was because people said it to me. People said that I am a witch, but I am not at all. Uh, I don't feel bad about this. I don't feel bad because, in fact, I am a witch for them. But once I said I'm a witch, but you're not a girl, males can be witches too, my brothers and sisters. In fact, in Eastern Europe, the most trials for witchcraft was, in fact, by male in Eastern Europe. But it was most in Western Europe and America that is the most well known, by Salem and things like this. But yeah, if I did what I do today back in the day, 200 years ago, yeah, the stake, yeah, that is immediately going to be on the stake, because I am a witch and I'm very proud of this, because I'm not proud to be a part of humanity, but it's the safest thing that you are born as. The safest that you are not going to be exploited or killed just for fun, because that is what people do, my brothers and sisters. Just killing for fun. Just killing for fun. These are people that are able to kill other people for fun. Not respecting life. And that is what I learned from Leviathan. I respect life. And I want to have this Um, I want to have the wisdom of the dragon with me. And whenever I see um, an animal, I can read this. I can see through their eyes. I can look through their eyes. Most of the time, these animals are also reading me. And that is some kind of a conversation in silence that we have. And that is also why I say, not that we, I am also try to make people vegan and try to make people understand that we should live with all life on earth, not as their oppressor, but as their guardian. And that is what I learned from. I mean, you can say by Leviathan that he is the Lord of the void and darkness, but in fact, he teaches us our light, where we truly belong inside of our light. And for everyone else, that has a different light. It depends on what ability of the dragon is the highest with you. And it can be very much different with you than with me. But it's something that you need to search down for. What kind of an ability is the highest? And there you have to be taught by Leviathan. And I can assure you, you will have that visit. I don't know when, I don't know how it will come, but Leviathan will come with you. It will come for you. You don't have to be afraid. You can never be prepared for his visits. But you will be taught where your light truly lies. My brothers and sisters, be blessed.